Welcome to today's episode. What caused high blood pressure? What does it mean to be diagnosed with high blood pressure at the age of 23? How it changed my life, for the good, for the bad. High blood pressure is a fatal killer, to put it very bluntly and plainly. The reason why also high blood pressure exists is when you have excess weight and when you put on weight. It also has lifestyle changes. It also depends on your percentage of exercise, your supplementation, a lot of other factors. Today we are going to look at what caused high blood pressure for me, how I figured out what it means to have Indian parents to even go through the whole process of having high blood pressure, the worry, the disappointment. In fact, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure when I decided to just move out of a country to pursue whatever I decided to. It was at that cusp was when I figured out high blood pressure. So there was a fear of not having to find the right medication if I ever move. Well, even before that, diving into medication, do I even have high blood pressure? How did I figure out if I have high blood pressure? How long did I deny the fact that I do not have high blood pressure? Why is it crucial for all of us to make sure that we check our blood pressure at a consistent interval throughout, probably once a month if you think everything's okay, or once or even twice a month, just to make sure where you're at with high blood pressure. People who are on medication, people who are diagnosed with it, they do check every day or every once in 2 days, which is also a good thing. There are pros and cons to that as well, but let's dive into how I figured out and what happened and what changed. If I could list a few basic factors on why there's high blood pressure, if you go on Google and you type what causes high blood pressure, so this is the result that's on Google. It says not eat high fiber foods or fruits. This is cause number 1. When you do not exercise often is cause number 2. When you drink a lot of alcohol and coffee is cause number 3. These are the top listing reasons on why anyone would get high blood pressure over a period of time. So when I saw these top 3 things, I'm like, I should not be getting it. No fiber, no fruits. I eat a lot of fiber. I eat a lot of fruits. Even before I figured out that I had high blood pressure. So no exercise. No, I would at least work out 4 times a week, whether it's weight training, whether it's cardio. I would, because I just like doing it. Whether there was any monumental change in my appearance or not, I like to work out, so I did. Alcohol and coffee, rather. I barely drink coffee. I do have a cup here or there. Probably in a week I'll have 2-3 cups of decaf, sometimes 4. But I do drink a lot of tea. Which if Google specified caffeine, it's a different thing, but here it's specified coffee. So tea, I drink a lot of tea. In terms of alcohol, I think that is one of the factors which did not fall in the top. There are some weeks where you drink more than the other weeks. Circumstances never allowed it. If I could, I would, but it just never happened to be every day, for sure. Just as a percentage, there is a higher percentage of men with high blood pressure than women. On a survey done with people in US, higher percentage of men, that's close to 50% of people who are diagnosed with blood pressure are men. And 44% of people who are diagnosed with blood pressure are women. These are biological men and biological women. So there's higher percentage of blood pressure in biological men. On a survey done in India in 2021, 10.4% of men have high blood pressure and 6.7% of women have high blood pressure. So those are just some basic numbers in terms of men and women. So what are the episodes and how did I find out that I had high blood pressure? I would have consistent to inconsistent anger outbursts. These are the few factors and episodes on how I figured I had high blood pressure. A lot of us would not know that we have high blood pressure. There are a few instances or a few key factors that you could make out on how you would have high blood pressure and you want to make a note of it. These are the things that happened to me, but I did not know it was related to high blood pressure. I just thought it's a part of growing up and the age and whatever other stuff that happened. There was a lot of anger outbursts. This was a little tricky for me because generally I am on the angriest side, but socially I do not put across that face. So these anger outbursts were at episodes. I did not know why some things triggered me, but I would just yell, shout. That was one of the first factors of high blood pressure that I figured out. The second is I had a lot of anxiety and worry for I don't know for what. My heartbeat would be faster, higher. There are a lot of factors which causes it, which I now know, but back then I did not know why. This is not just blood pressure related. This is also in terms of food, in terms of drinking. There are a lot of factors that cause anxiety and worry. That was my second. Third, there was a bit of a redness that I did see on my face and around my neck region. Redness in terms of just full of blood, and I thought, okay, I'm full of blood. Just because of the age, I did not know. It was very insignificant, but I do notice any changes. So it was minimal, and my palms would be more bloody and red when compared to regular days. So these are the things that I did notice a little bit of a change, and I thought it's all part of like everyday thing, so it's not a big deal. The other thing is I would get headaches often. It was not like episodes of headaches. It would be consistent headaches, and I would have a huge it was a common habit. You get an headache, you pop a pill, and I would just do that because I would not sleep well. There were a lot of factors that caused high blood pressure with me. If it didn't happen, it was wrong. That's how I can put it. If I was not diagnosed with high blood pressure at 23, I think it's a mistake. It happened because it is bound to happen because of my lifestyle and a lot of other changes, which definitely led to high blood pressure. And I do not know why it took so long. It should have happened earlier because of a lot of factors, which I will discuss later. But I would get headaches often, and I did not figure out why, because of no sleep. And I would just pop a pill every single time that I have headache. I will pop a pill just to make sure it goes away immediately. And then I would stay up in the night, not sleep well, and then wake up the next day morning. Sometimes I may have a headache, may not have an headache, but just go about the day. It was brutal now that I think about it. So headaches are a big sign. As I'm sharing these reasons and how I figure out I have a headache, you will figure out that it's a part of your lifestyle. You do not know. Like, I know I'm getting headaches because I don't sleep, but all of these reasons are why you actually get high blood pressure, but you do not know where the cause is, because last thing you would look at is high blood pressure. Probably things have changed today, but back then, like, you can't even imagine that someone at 23 would get high blood pressure. So at one point in time, I think there was an episode where I did have 4 days of consistent headache. It was coupled with cold and fever. So I did get fever. I do not know if it's because of the headache or if fever led to the headache, but I'm guessing now that I know it was the headache that led to the fever and the cold. And then I went to the doctors and I got it checked, and they told me I had high blood pressure, and then I didn't accept the fact that I did. To a point, it's hard for you to even accept something that you think you would never have. So after I was diagnosed with high blood pressure with the doctors, I went back and the 4 days of headache continued. There was one mistake that I did, which I don't think anyone should be doing, and I figure that's why. And that's why even till today, even though I put on weight more, I do not get high blood pressure. I would want to share on what I did in detail in the next part of this video. What changed, how I really figured out what happened, and what I did to get over it. I will meet you in the next one. No one should ever be diagnosed with high blood pressure at 23. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.